What's up? Welcome. Interesting day today and a beautiful sunset. I don't know if you could see that. Yeah, that's pretty close. Very beautiful. Without taking up too much time to start, I'll get right into it. Today, we'll be going through letters 301 through 310. Here it goes. September 5th. Dear friend, in the last few months, I've written 300 letters, challenging and encouraging people to pursue their dreams. To you, I'd like to say the following. Too often, people think very highly of themselves, and in doing so, they never allow themselves an honest and truthful look at themselves, which has the side effect of a person never truly getting to know their dreams and passions. Harvard once did a poll. 70% of Harvard students thought in a poll that they are the top 5%. There's an interesting name to this. It's called the Wobegon effect. I like to tell people, be brutally honest with yourself. Life is brief, too brief to allow pride to rule a person's life. Be bold, be honest, be courageous, and understand yourself. And in doing so, you will be able to find your dreams. As I conclude, I'd like to challenge you to write a letter to someone who lives in Maine. Encourage them to pursue their dreams, and then mail it out to them. If you don't know someone personally in Maine, then find a random address. Live, love, and hug everyone you love as long as you live. Your random friend, Alexei Katko. Letter 302, September 5th. Dear friend, there's a famous quote that goes like this. What luck for rulers that men don't think. The comforts of this world and the desire for stuff has made most people slaves to their own desires. I'd like to encourage you to become the kind of person who rises above mediocrity and dare to dream. Be bold, be courageous, and be a thinker and pursuer of your personal dreams. As random as this might seem, it comes from my heart to yours. And before I end this letter, I'd like to encourage you to write a letter to a random person in Alabama. Encourage and challenge them to pursue their dreams, and then mail it out to them. Live, love, and hug everyone you love as long as you live. Your random friend, Alexei Katko. September 5th, letter 303. Dear friend, as you pursue your dreams, things might feel slow going or very challenging. These are the best times to take out the humor and interesting questions. Here's a few I read a little while ago. What starts with an E, ends with E, and only has one letter? An envelope. 2. The second one. Why was Cinderella thrown off the basketball team? She ran away from the ball. Be bold, be courageous, be funny, and enjoy life like few ever dare to. Pursuing your dreams is worth any price which will be asked of you. I believe in you. Believe in yourself. Before I go, I'd like to leave you with a challenge for this week. Write a letter to a random person in Alabama. Encourage them and challenge them to pursue their dreams. And then mail it out to them. Live, love, and hug everyone you love as long as you live. Your random friend, Alexei Katko. September 6th, letter 304. Dear friend, there's a proverb I read. When a fool is annoyed, he quickly lets it known. Smart people will ignore an insult. One thing I learned in life is that we should set up gauges in life to be able to see if we have moved ahead or not. So every time you realize that you are annoyed, make sure to see if it took longer this time to get to that point. When it takes much more to annoy you today than in previous occasions, then you know you're moving ahead. Often when you share your dreams with people, you'll notice that their down-to-earth advice to quit on your dreams might seem annoying. Sometimes advice you get will be worth its weight in gold, so be very attentive as you continue on. When annoyed, always question yourself why you got to that point and how you can change. Be bold, be courageous, and follow your personal dreams. Before I end, I'd like to challenge you to write a letter to a random person in Little Rock, Arkansas. Encourage them to follow their dreams and challenge them to do new things. Find an address and mail it out to them. Live, love, and hug everyone you love as long as you live. Your random friend, Alexei Katko. Letter 305, September 6, 2013. Dear friend. An old proverb says, "Fools always think they're right. Wise people listen to advice." My dad always told me, "Don't play with pipes and matches." We lived in the middle of nowhere. Naturally, all I had to do that kept me busy was matches and a few containers. Long story short, the matches ignited at the worst possible moment. 9 operations and 2 years later. This happened many years ago to me. To this day, that experience is still teaching me lessons. On many occasions, it will take courage to take advice and boldness to act on it. Always look out for pride. Pride is what hinders most people from progress. Take people's advice and always test it. In doing this, you will gain wisdom. To end this letter, a challenge I leave for you. Write a letter this week to someone in Arkansas, Little Rock. Challenge them to follow their dreams. Encourage them to be bold, and then mail it out to them. Live, love, and hug everyone you love as long as you live. Your random friend, Alexei Katko. September 6th, letter 306. Dear friend. Today was a very nice day. Woke up at 9:30 a.m. Breakfast was hot and ready when I came down to eat. And then I had to help on my dad's stone wall project. The sun was out, few clouds, and a consistent breeze blowing from the west. The perfect day to do landscaping. In the last few months, I was reading a book that explained in great detail why I should do kind deeds for people when I get the idea to do it. It explained that when I don't listen to that silent voice, I would be betraying myself and eventually get mad at people because I decided to be selfish by not acting on a hunch to do something nice. So today, I wanted to get done a specific amount of work. When I finished, a silent voice in my head said, "Just finish it. Your mom will be very happy that you did." Eventually, through sheer will, I ended up doing twice as much work than expected. Now I see how it put a smile on my mom's face. And on my face. When all was said and done, I learned that it was I who gained most from the brief experience. I exercised personal will far more than ever before. In short, it took a few extra steps than I usually would have taken. Personal growth is absolutely critical for the attainment of your personal dreams. Be bold, be courageous, and daily step out of your bubble to grow. I'd like to challenge you before I go. Write a letter this week to someone in Juneau, Alaska. Encourage them and challenge them to pursue their personal dreams, and then mail it out to them. Live, love, and hug everyone you love as long as you live. Your random friend, Alexei Katko. September 6th, letter 307. Dear friend, there is a cool quote I heard. One man's trash is another's treasure. Here's a cool example from my life. Hold on a second. This is kind of reading here. My father. Okay, let me start from the beginning. Dear friend, there's a cool quote I heard. One man's trash is another's treasure. Here's a cool example from my life. My father owns a granite countertop business. It's not a big business, just big enough to be able to collect a bunch of granite stone pieces. A pallet or two they collect every month or so. Because it weighs so much, they collect it neatly in a pallet and hope it magically vanishes one day. Every year I would visit them for a few weeks, and magically the pile of stone would vanish. Then my dad decided to do something about it. Since all the pieces are the same exact thickness, he figured he could make a wall out of them. So, week after week, he would bring stone home and neatly stack it. Then he would take other pieces, break them, and glue them on the front and back side of the wall. After months of hard labor, there stood a very sturdy, beautiful testament to the above quote. To the company, the stone was trash and a liability. To a man willing to think outside the box, it amounted to something very precious and very beautiful. Be bold, think big, be courageous, and think outside the box. This is what dreams are made of. You are unique. able to figure things out in a new and different way. Use your skills to help others like my dad did. Greatness runs in your veins. Go forth and live your dream. A challenge I'd like to leave you for this week. Write a letter of encouragement to someone in Juneau, Alaska. Find a random address and mail it out to them. Live, love, and hug everyone you love as long as you live. Your random friend, Alexei Katko. September 6th, letter 308. Dear friend, every person has their personal bubble. I'd like to challenge you to start bursting them bit by bit. Bursting yours bit by bit. Only you know what borders you built around yourself. Too often, we allow our bubbles to hinder us from experiencing life to the max. By stepping outside your comfort zone, you will gain more and more courage for yourself. As you do this, start to remember all the dreams you want to accomplish. Write them out. Boldness and courage comes to those who dare to try. By doing the above consistently, you will eventually dare to try. I reread the same thing. By doing the above consistently, you will eventually pursue your greatest dreams. Believe in yourself. I believe in you and your ability to accomplish very great things. I'd like to leave you with a challenge for this week to accomplish. Write a letter to a random person from Phoenix, Arizona. Encourage them to pursue their dreams, and then mail it out to them. Love, and hug everyone you love as long as you live. Your random friend, Alexei Katko. September 6th, letter 309. Dear friend, have you ever closely paid attention to what people around you talk about? In the last few weeks, I did an experiment. I mentally took note of every conversation. Interestingly, my findings were much more different than I expected them to be. These were people with whom I grew up with, those dearest to me. In all my weeks and hours of conversations, I learned, or should I say, I realized how 95% of the words coming out of their mouth were not positive. Most of them were cleverly masked in creative ways. As I thought about this today, it made sense as to why I ended up moving out to a whole other state. I love the people I grew up with. I would love to see them become better people. However, the truth is harsh and hard to admit sometimes. The only person who you can change is you. I once heard, changing yourself is a full-time job. I completely agree with that statement. If we become who we surround ourselves with, then if you want to be great and a dream achiever, it just might mean a change of people and lifestyle is the answer. Or it just means you should get new friends. In any case, be bold, have courage, and go after your dreams. I'd like to leave you with a challenge for this week. Write a letter, a random letter of encouragement to someone from Phoenix, Arizona. Find an address and mail it out to them. Live, love, and hug everyone you love as long as you live. Your random friend, Alexei Katko. And for the final letter today, September 6th, 2013, letter 310. Dear friend, life has much to offer. Every one of us is able to take hold of so many blessings. Yet for some reason, due to whatever reason, we feel unworthy to take hold of these blessings. To take hold of these blessings which wait for you to just take hold of them. One of these blessings is to have a dream, to accomplish that thing which lays in your heart. I write this letter to encourage you and to challenge you to follow your dreams. Life as you experience it is a unique event in the universe. Follow your personal dreams, and many others will be encouraged to step up and stand out. There is absolutely nothing selfish in accomplishing your dreams, your calling, your passion. On the contrary, it is of uttermost importance that you accomplish the task put in your heart, which is called a dream. I believe in you. Believe in yourself and go create all you were meant to do. Before I go, I would like to encourage and challenge you to write a letter this week to a random person in Sacramento, California. Challenge them to pursue their dreams and encourage them. Find an address and mail it out to them. Live, love, and hug everyone you love as long as you live. Your random friend, Alexi Katko. That wraps up today. I hope it was encouraging to you. There's much more letters to come after this. Yeah, if you know somebody needs encouragement, share this with them, subscribe, and see you next time. Good night.